So here we are at the console where all of the magic happens. We're going to go ahead, we're going to turn our lights off, get you guys facing up in the dome, and take a look at some really incredible things that are getting ready to come up in the next week or two. Going to bring our lights down. All right. Now, if we were outside, we would be facing south. And I'd like to bring your attention to these two pinpoints of light right over here in the southwest. And we have an unbelievable event that's coming up on December 21st that you're probably going to hear about, and it's called the Great Conjunction. And a conjunction is when two astronomical objects come within very close proximity of one another. Now, these particular objects that we're looking up here are none other than the largest planets in our solar system, Saturn and Jupiter. Now, there's only been two other times in recorded history that there's been a conjunction between Saturn and Jupiter. One was about 800 years ago in the year 1226, and more recently, about 400 years ago in the year 1623. However, because of how low on the horizon line those events took place, not a whole lot of people around the world got to see it. And what's so incredible about the event that will be happening on December 21st is that these planets will be conjoining or becoming very close to one another in the portions of the world where most people live. So the large amount of population in the world will be able to see this wonderful astronomical event. And here's what's going to happen. Let me pull these up for you. So I'm going to make them up here a little bit larger. This is Jupiter. How cool is that? There's Jupiter. And the great ring planet of Saturn. And this is how they're going to appear in the night sky tonight. They'll be a little bit smaller than this. I'm going to enlarge them just a little bit to make it a little easier to see. But watch what happens. I'm going to fast forward about a week to the 16th. And they're going to appear a little bit closer together. Here's the 18th, the 19th, the 20th of December, and by December 21st, they're going to appear almost as one object together in the night sky. And that doesn't happen very often. This is what they would appear to be conjoined or even like on top of one another. Pretty incredible. So again, on December 21st, get outside, take a look in the southwest for the Great Conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn that will take place. Now, we're going to look at some constellations that we can see during the wintertime. And the wintertime is actually the best time of year to be outside looking for constellations in the night sky, because in the winter, the atmosphere is colder, there's less heat, and there's less shimmer in the atmosphere, which makes viewing stars and constellations the perfect time of year. So I'm going to pull up tonight's sky at about 11 o'clock tonight, and I'm going to show you guys something called the Winter Circle. And the Winter Circle are 6 constellations that are easily identifiable this time of year. Now, this constellation that we are looking at right here is called Orion the Hunter. And one of the easiest ways to find Orion is to look for the 3 stars of Orion's belt in the night sky. This star down here is called Rigel. This star here is Betelgeuse. That's a fun one to say. Just don't say it 3 times. I know you guys just said it 3 times. And Orion appears to be pointing to this reddish-orange star right here. And that star is Aldebaran, which is the eye of the bull, Taurus. So we can find Orion pointing to Taurus the bull. And if we look above Taurus's horn right here, we're going to see this pattern of stars in the night sky. And that is Auriga, the charioteer of the night sky. Now, this star right here is called Capella. Sometimes it's also referred to as the goat star. But one of the really neat things about the star Capella is it's a star that's very similar to the same makeup and size as our sun. So a lot of astronomers are curious as to whether there could be some exoplanets orbiting Capella that might hold life something similar to here on Earth, and that's a neat thing to think about. Now, as we work our way down to the east, we're going to look for these two stars right here. This is Castor and Pollux. And Castor and Pollux make up the Gemini twins. Now, something else to be thinking about. This time of year, the first few weeks of December, we're going to have what's called the Geminid meteor shower. So we're going to see some shooting stars or meteors that could be in this area of the sky. So again, when you're outside looking up at the night sky and you identify the stars Castor and Pollux, keep looking in that area of the sky for some shooting stars. Now, there are 88 named constellations. Most constellations were named after Greek and Roman myths, which were these wonderful stories that were told thousands of years ago. As we are working our way down, this star right here is called Procyon. Procyon makes up the smallest of the constellations, these little guys right here. That is the constellation of Canis Minor, or the little dog. And this is where everybody goes, "Aw," because it's such a cute little constellation. And working our way down right around here, this is the brightest star in the night sky. Yes, I am serious. That is the star called Sirius, which makes up the nose of Canis Major, or the big dog. So here you have it, my friends. These are the 6 constellations that make up the winter circle. And I hope you guys have the opportunity to bundle up, get a hot chocolate, head on outside, and look up at the night sky and trying to identify some of those constellations. I'm so glad that you guys joined us today for I Wonder Wednesday. And Lisa and I look forward to seeing you next week for our winter extravaganza. Be well, get outside, and check out the night sky. Thanks for joining us.